All right, so just to let you know, I'm not gonna format the videos like this because I had this idea last second after I was playing Heihachi. I'm gonna do this on stream and just clip it afterwards because I think I can get my thoughts out better after playing the character. I haven't been Steve for a week or two now, but when, you know, I still remember him a good bit. I still played him. I played him just a second ago. And yeah, he's a very hard character. I came back to Tekken, wanting to play Steve because I just wanted to challenge. Everybody was saying he was a hard character out of all the little tier lists I've seen. So I was like, all right, I'll come back and play Steve. That'll be interesting. And I made a journey video or a journey stream. I did a journey to Fujin. I think I got to Fujin within 3 days. And then I did another one. I did a journey to Tekken King because I really liked how Steve played. But I got hard stuck Fujin for 4 days. And this is when I decided that I'm just gonna go through and play every character because I love Tekken. I really do love Tekken, and I think it's boring playing the same character repeatedly. That 4th day with Steve was miserable. I really do like Steve, but that 4th day I learned new tech and all that, and I was steadily progressing, but then after a while, I went on a losing streak, and I just kept losing, and eventually I got the battle ruler and I had to fight for Fujin again. So I just left it at that. And that's when I decided that I'm gonna play every character in ranked. I'm gonna stream it. And if I get hard stuck at a rank for 3 days, then I move on to the next character. And Steve was the catalyst for that. So Steve, yeah, Steve is hard. Steve is very hard, very, very hard. I think I'm decent at Tekken. And I look at a lot of these guys, you know, I practice a good bit, but I just couldn't get out of Fujin with the man. I really couldn't get out of Fujin. His moveset kind of messes with my mind a little bit. I understand, you know, you're supposed to counter your opponent, but I get lost on how to keep the pressure up. Everybody's so different, you know. You might face one Asuka player, but that Asuka player is not going to play the same as another Asuka player. And a lot of these people in Fujin and lower, they kind of spam a lot too. And it's not fun. When you're playing Steve and they start spamming the little parries and the Tsubakis and the counters, it's not fun. Like, you got to change your whole mindset on how you do stuff and start mixing things around, making sure you don't get hit by these power crushes and all that. Done. You gotta make sure you jab him with them lows, and also Steve doesn't really have any good lows, and that messes me up too because I'm used to playing people where I just press one button and then, you know, the low launches or the low counter hits, but Steve doesn't really have that. The best thing you have is the little peekaboo, and then you jab their little legs, you hit it hard, and you have a chance for a counter hit and juggling them. I think that's really the best you got. All the other lows are kind of just pokes. They're not super good. But yeah, Steve's just a really hard character, but I really do like him. I'm sorry I don't have more thoughts on him. It's just been a little bit since I played him in ranked. And I'm also going to talk about Heihachi too. At first, I was going to separate the videos, but they're both going to be so short. It's better if I do it on stream because I imagine I'll have a lot more to say after playing them, like right after playing them. But Heihachi, I also got Heihachi hard stuck on Fujin. So with Heihachi, he's hard to play. I don't think he's harder than Steve, but he's just not my playstyle. I don't think the Mishimas are super difficult to me. It's just Heihachi in particular is not my playstyle. You got to repeatedly do a little hell sweep to get a launch off on them. You know, if it's a counter hit, I know if the first hit's a counter hit, it'll launch them, but I'm never that lucky. I'm not super good at playing defensive with him. I have a lot of problems trying to get people off of me with Heihachi. I legit can't get some people off of me. When they're applying pressure, I just can't do anything. I'm just stuck there. With Steve, I think I can get people off of me pretty well. But with Heihachi, I just can't. I can't. If you've been watching the little streams I've been doing with Heihachi, I keep complaining all the time because I just get trapped forever and I can't do anything. I think it was the second stream. Yeah, the second stream on Fujin with Heihachi was miserable for me because I ended up losing Fujin at the end of the stream and I really wanted it back. So I spent another hour streaming, and this was the middle of the night, by the way. So I streamed until about, I think, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, just trying to get Fujin back. And it was such a pain. I was losing to the cheesiest things, and I just didn't know what to do with Heihachi. I looked up a whole bunch of guides. I understood, you know, combos. I understood his best punishes and whatnot, but my mind was not computing. I don't know if that's because I played Steve right before him, and the way they get into their stances is so different that it messed up my mind. It actually took me a while to get down Heihachi's combos because of the way he got into his stance was so different than the way Steve got in his stance. So it messed up my mind a good bit. So I don't know if that was it, or if I'm just not a born Heihachi player. I think my Heihachi's decent, but I don't think I can get him higher than Fujin. I did have a rank up game to Raijin, right, with Heihachi, but I didn't win that game. I did not win that game. I thought I was going to win it. I didn't win it. I went on a losing streak. It's the same thing that happened with Steve. So they're both hard characters, but I have different feelings about both of them, you know. I think Heihachi's bearable. He's not a character that I would really whip out and enjoy as much as Steve. Steve is definitely one of my favorites. Even though I'm not super good with him, I really do love Steve's playstyle. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. This would be better if I just say it after the stream, after I'm done playing them, because then I'll have more to say about their moves and whatnot. My mind's a mess right now. So this is just something I'm gonna start doing. Just expect it to be on stream. I'm gonna start clipping myself just talking about this. But there's one more thing I want to do real quick, so hold on. All right, so this right here, don't think of this as a tier list on how good they are, or how easy or hard they are to play. That's not what this is. I'm ranking them on how much fun I have with them. So let's start off with Steve. Let's start off with that man, Steve. So with Steve, I already said it, but he's my favorite. I'm gonna have multiple favorites, right? There just isn't one favorite. There will be multiple favorites, but he's one of my favorites to play. He's just really fun. I just have a lot of fun, you know, jabbing people, weaving, keeping the plus frames up, trying to guess when they're gonna hit and counter them. Again, I might not be super good with them, but I do just enjoy playing them. And I wouldn't say I foam at the mouth at the chance to play him, but if I'm playing somebody, if I'm playing quick match, or if somebody wants to play me, I'll most likely play Steve. He's just really fun to play. And then with Heihachi, I said this too, he's bearable. Again, I don't have too much fun playing Heihachi. He's a really strong character. He's you know, he's just good. He's strong with his warrior instincts. His warrior instincts basically a cheat code, especially if you use that in the last round. I feel like you're pretty much guaranteed to win if you do that. But I just don't have a lot of fun playing him. I don't mean to say this as if I don't have fun playing Mishimas. Again, it's specifically Heihachi and his playstyle. It's just, it's not for me. It's just not for me. And I don't mind defensive characters. It's just the way that Heihachi's supposed to be played. It's just, it's not something that's in tune with me and how I play. So yeah, he's bearable. Again, I bought, the last ring I got with both these dudes was Fujin. I think, how many days did I spend with Heihachi? It was 6 days with Heihachi. And I think with Steve, it was 7 days. Because, you know, Steve, there was a 4th day. I didn't create the 3-day rule until after Steve. Steve was the one who did all this. I'm also going to add Asuka to this tier list. So 4 months ago, I played Asuka just randomly and I got her to Tekken King. And I don't think I'm really going to revisit her, because whenever I came back to Tekken within these 4 months, right? Whenever I played it just a little bit, I would always play Asuka and just do quick matches or do whatever and just mess around. So I still understand how to play Asuka. Unlike Claudio and Lee, when I first came into Tekken 8, Claudio and Lee were the first characters that I played. I don't remember them too much, so I won't comment on them. I'll actually go back to them and try to rank them up even further. I'll start from the basics and, you know, remember how to play them before I talk about them in any capacity. Well, with Asuka, I remember her a good bit, and I think Asuka's all right. I kind of, it's like in between all right and fun. I don't, the reason why I would say Asuka is all right is really because how I see other people play Asuka, and I think to myself, is that how I play Asuka? Because the way other people play Asuka is just not interesting to me. They spam the little parry move. They keep doing that little kick. They keep trying to keep doing those plus frames. I don't really do that. I do the little overhead hit, and I think I only do it up to 2 times. I don't really keep spamming it. But a lot of Asuka's Fujin and lower, when I was playing Heihachi and Steve, they just keep doing the same moves. And it's just not interesting to look at. But when I play Asuka, I think it's fun. So it's somewhere in between here. She's fun to me, but I don't think, she's not super fun to face, you know. I don't like the way I see other people play Asuka, the lower rank Asukas anyways. I'm gonna put her at fun because, you know, this is my tier list, and to me, she's fun. She's fun when I play her. I love the Tsubaki, you know, timing it right. I don't like watching other Asukas just spam it, but I like to time it right. I like to get my mix-ups in. You know, I love to hit them when they're on the ground. I love to with punish and all that. So it's fun. I'd say Asuka's fun. And yeah, I only got these three characters so far. Again, I know I played Claudio and Lee when Tekken 8 first started, but it's been a while, so I want another chance to play them and try to get them further in rank. Because when I played them the first time, I don't think I even tried to get them super far. I kind of just stopped one day and started playing another game, you know, and then played Tekken in the background. But eventually I'll go back to them. And by the way, I think I plan on making a montage with Steve and Heihachi before I move on to the next character. But I will be practicing the next character in a few days, or probably tomorrow on Twitch. I'll do a practice section. But I won't really try to rank up with them until I get these montages out. I love making montages. Montages are like a way to show that, hey, this is everything during this time period. This is everything I know with Steve and Heihachi. And just, I could always watch the video and say, oh yeah, I did that combo with Heihachi. Or oh yeah, this is how I poked with Heihachi. That's why I love watching little montages, or my montages in general, or other people's montages. Oh yeah, let me comment on something else too. So, how I learned Steve really fast, right? You know, I looked up guides, but the one dude who really helped me with Steve, and I'm still watching his videos, is a guy named Soul. You know, I just posted right there. Soul, it's like Soul Clips. He's a really good Steve. I can't believe, I think he's only Tekken King or Bushin rank, and that's so weird because he looks better than all the other Steves I've seen who are a higher rank than him. He's really good. He just flows really well with Steve. And he can just, when he understands how the other person's playing, he immediately knows what to press and what to do. So I'm trying to watch him and understand how he's playing so I can get better with Steve. And of course, I'm trying to watch high-ranked Steve games too and understand how they poke and all that. And then with Heihachi, I just watched any guide I could find on Heihachi. There wasn't one particular person with Heihachi. I just watched whatever combo guides, you know, tech frame traps, stance guides, that's pretty much it. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say. The next person I'm playing is Xiao Yu. I don't know if I said that or not, but it's Xiao Yu. I already made her costumes. I'm practicing her right now, and she's going to be the next person I take in rank. And just remember, if I get hard stuck in a rank for 3 days, so if I start off with that rank and end off with that rank for 3 days, then it's over and I move on to the next character. I think honestly with Xiao Yu, I feel like I could probably get higher with it than I did with Steve and Heihachi. But we'll see. We'll see when I get there. But yeah, this is gonna be the last time I do the video like this. It's just because I didn't get my thoughts like this right after I streamed these guys, so that's why I'm just doing them both like this. And yeah, that's pretty much it.